There we go. Hello, my friends. It's Jodie Harvala, psychic medium. We are here for our 30th day of our 31 days of spirit. So welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about the new year today. I'm going to hang for a second. I want to let everyone jump on. Those watching the replay, I am putting a link in the comments. And I'll explain that in a minute. Make sure you take a peek at it. All right, so I'm going to hang for a second. Let y'all say hello. Turn off my phone. I think I forgot to do that. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, or maybe good afternoon now. I hear my church bells ringing, so now it's afternoon. So good afternoon. Hello, hello. Greetings, greetings. CJ, I sent you an email back with what you need to do, hon. Just in case you haven't seen it, take a peek at it. Okay. There we go. Now we got people jumping on. Hello. Happy Saturday. It is a different day than yesterday. Oh my gosh. Yesterday we were out. We did a bunch of outdoor stuff and it was like 40 degrees. So beautiful. And today it's windy and cold. And I heard the roads around Fargo-Moorhead and kind of the interstates are shitty. So be really careful if you're driving. I've turned into my grandpa. My grandpa used to call us. He lived in North Fargo and we're in South Fargo. And he used to call us when it was raining out to tell us that it was raining out. And he would call us when it was snowing out to tell us it was snowing. It was just how he was taking care of us. But I still remember it when I'm telling my kids, it's raining out. It's super icy out. And they're like, do you not think I have eyes? Do you not think I can see that? So I have turned into my grandpa, which is okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. What y'all doing today? What's going on today in your house? So I'm doing a little work today, end of the year kind of stuff. I did put in the links a reminder about our burn ceremony that I'll do tomorrow. So that little stove right there, I am going to, anything that you email me and it says in the subject line, it needs to say burn, baby, burn. I'm going to do a little end of the year burn ceremony. And several of you have already emailed me. You have until about, let's say 11:45 tomorrow. So I have time to print it off. Many of you have already sent it to me. Some of you are a little skimpy on what you want to let go of. So it doesn't need to be a list. It can be 10 pages of shit that you're trying to get out of your body. I don't care. I'm just going to burn it. Okay. Yeah, use here. Let me put that in there for you, CJ. It's just my regular email. Oops, that didn't work. Hold on. Let me put that in here. Should have put it in my other one. Burn, baby, burn. And it is my name. Oh my gosh, I cannot type today. There we go. Burn, baby, burn. You just send to Jodie at jodieharvala.com. Okay. So I put a reminder for that at noon tomorrow. And then I put, a lot of you are inquiring this if you've gotten your word and animal of the year, which, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much fun feedback. So much fun feedback. And the animals are showing up in such interesting ways. I definitely need to do it again next year because it's really fucking fun. But I also had put something that I did. I kind of call it it kind of like jumpstart to the new year. And it's 3 sessions with me. It's like mentoring sessions, but it's only a package of 3. So it's kind of like a mini package. And it's a great way to jump into the new year. It will include the word of the year, the animal thing. If you haven't done that already, it just goes with the package. But if anyone's interested in that, I can only do limited, so I can only do 5 of them. But if people are interested in that, I put the comments so you can take a peek at it. It's much more of an investment kind of package. So not everyone's going to be able to do it. I know that. And also just a reminder, if you want to jump into spirit school, the price goes up on the 1st. And so if that's something that you've been wanting to jump into, we're adding a whole bunch of new stuff. We needed to do a facelift. I wasn't happy with how things were going last year, and I wanted to make it a little bit more, you guys needed different tools than what I imagined. And so we've been doing a facelift, and we're really excited to launch that. But right now, today, the price is like drop basement price. So grab it today. Otherwise, price goes up, still will be worth it. It's not that I'm saying it's not worth it. I'm just trying to save you a few bucks. Okay. All right. So Burn Baby Burn tomorrow, New Year mentoring package. And then over the next week or two, you're going to be hearing a ton about Spirit School and what we're going to be doing in it. Okay. All right. If you're already in Spirit School, you don't have to do anything new. You're grandfathered into the original price, which is great, unless you jump out and then want to jump back in. But just let you know that that is coming. Oh, sister, you're upgrading. So let me give you a little bit different spin on that, Lisa. So she's like, oh, Jodie, electronics are failing in my world. Husband had to get a new computer. Our washing machine is broken. Dishwasher is leaking. A door wouldn't open, and my son had to break through it. So welcome to Mercury retrograde. And here's your other perspective I want you to kind of take a look at. You're upgrading. Your entire world is upgrading. And it can be a little frustrating and can be a little expensive. I'm not going to lie. However, that's showing me that moving into the new year, Lisa, you guys are really trying to be in a little bit different space energetically. Eli and I, there was, I can't remember what year it was, but there was a Mercury in retrograde one year. And I was doing a ton of work on myself. Eli was doing a ton of work on himself. We were like growing and expanding that year. There was just a lot of shit coming up, and we were healing a lot of stuff, and there was just a lot, right? And it was over Thanksgiving. And I do not know. Our parents felt so sorry for us. I think they like didn't even take any leftovers. Our stove broke. We had one burner on our stove that worked. The stove part didn't work. We had to run food to my neighbors to warm it up. Our toaster broke. Our microwave broke. I believe our coffee maker broke. Our TV shorted out. What else broke? I think my hair dryer died that morning. Like every electronic that we had died. And Eli and I were just kind of like, okay, that's our life. Like we didn't even know what to do. Like we were just like, oh, because we definitely didn't have the cash at the time to replace anything. So we were like, fuck, oh my God, what is happening? And Eli's like, stop touching things. Cause I would like touch the microwave and it blew up. And he was like, seriously, stop touching things. And then a few years later, he was touching things and things started to break. I'm like, oh my God, stop touching things. And so sometimes we get these surges of energy when we're really trying to bust through something. And that year, I'll never forget it. We had to call everybody because we were hosting, of course. And we had to call everybody and we're like, make sure your meal is hot before you come because we don't have anything. Like, we're not sure what's happening, but like we're just living in this house and nothing works. And we had a lot of people that year. And I remember they all left and I started laughing and I'm like, oh my God, Eli, I think our fridge I even think our fridge went out because we were putting food in our porch. Because when it's cold out in the Midwest, you use your porch as an extra fridge. And so we had all this food and we had it in the porch because we had nowhere to store it. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then one of my friends, I was talking to her and she's like, sister, you're just upgrading. It's just an upgrade. And something about that made everything feel better. And I thought, all right, that means life is getting better for us. Sucks in the moment, expensive in the moment, but something's happening that I know that things are getting better. So try to keep that in the midst of all the shit that's happening. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes you need to upgrade yourself. That's definitely, yeah, I know. People think like they're getting punished and stuff. And you're not being punished, you guys. You're being called into something greater. I used to definitely think we were being punished. I was like, what the fuck are we doing wrong? What have we done wrong? Does God hate us? Like, what the hell? And I definitely had that mindset. And really for for years, poor Sonny had to be like, no, no, you're being pulled into something greater. You're being pulled into something better. You just tend to put your heels down and you're really stubborn about making the move. And which was so true. So you want to make sure that you're moving with the energy and where it's trying to guide you, and upgrading little things and big things. So I went out yesterday, and I've told this story a lot, but I think it's a great story, and it really shifted a lot of things in my mindset. So I went out, was it yesterday? I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. And I thought, oh, it's time to get new socks. We got to get new socks. So years and years and years ago, when nothing, we just had no money. We just really were struggling financially. And I think all families tend to go through that at some point. And so we were kind of in that space. And I remember I was folding socks. I hate folding socks. My whole family hates folding socks since I was little. We've always had a sock laundry basket, and we just throw them all in there because nobody wants to do the socks. So anyways, I was going through socks, and I'm like, oh my God, I fucking hate these socks. I hate them. They're holey. They're rough. They are old. They don't even keep your feet warm. Like, they were just rags, basically. And I just thought, that's it. That's it. I'm going to buy all new socks. And I took all those socks. Eli was not home because he would have never let me do this. And I took all those socks. I didn't even donate them or nothing. They were just junk, and I threw them away. And there was something so empowering about throwing those damn socks away. And I went to, I'm sure it was Walmart or Kmart at the time, maybe Kmart, because we used to have a Kmart. And I bought everyone new socks. Like, everyone got 2 new bags of socks, and I brought them home, and I put them in that basket, and I wrote everyone's name on their own bag of socks. And I remember thinking, oh, Eli's going to kill me. I probably spent almost, 50, 75, probably back then, probably 50 to 75 bucks on new socks. And I thought, oh, he's going to kill me for doing this. And I remember he came home, and he took a shower, and he went to get new socks, and he kind of looked, and he looked at me, and he looked at the socks, and he's like, that is the best thing you've ever done in your whole life. And I just thought, damn right. Like, we're upgrading. We are upgrading. Even if it's underwear and socks, we are upgrading. And we just started to do little bits of upgrade when we can. And I really like the energy of that. Quite honestly, I thought it was fun. I've done it in lots of different parts of my life. Like, I went to a class one time with John Holland, who was fantastic. And it was such a cool class. Like, it was the class was not very expensive by any means, but where we stayed was like quadruple the rate of the class. And it was this amazing little boutique hotel. It was straight on the ocean in the East Coast. It was fabulous. Like, I have never stayed at a place like that. And I just thought, and I remember I didn't tell Eli how much it cost, because I'm like, oh my God, this hotel is more, like 4 times more than the class is. But the class was really important to me, and he was totally okay with that. So I went, and it was the most beautiful hotel. And then after class, I stayed like one more day kind of out in that area because of the flights. And so I went to this hotel, and it was such a piece of shit hotel. Like, I got in my room, and it was like a corner closet, basically, that they turned into a hotel, and it was nasty and dirty. And I remember I called Eli, and I told him I'm at the hotel, and I started to cry, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, this hotel is so nasty. I'm never going to sleep. It's so gross. It's scary. And, I came from this amazing hotel, and the energy of the new hotel was so nasty. And he's like, well, we'll figure it out. Go find a different room. Like, you can't go for a day and a half and not sleep. Like, you can't do that. And if you don't feel safe, which I didn't, he's like, you can't do that. We'll figure it out. And that was really our mantra for a long time. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I found some other hotel, and it was not as nice as the ocean side, but it was fine. It was good. And I remember thinking, I am never staying in a shithole motel again. I'm never staying somewhere where I don't feel safe, or it doesn't feel clean, or it's a piece of crap. It was just a decision. And that decision really supported where I was going, not necessarily where I was in the moment as far as financially, but where I was going. And so when I travel by myself, which I do a lot, I really, really keep in mind my agreement that I'm not staying in some shithole. it's not worth it for me to stay somewhere that feels dangerous. So last year on my road trip, there was one place where I drove in and I was like, no, I can't stay here. And I remember I was texting Eli, and he doesn't have to coach me to change anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm not staying here, and I'm gonna go get a new hotel. And he's just like, and I sent him pictures. He's like, oh my God, no, you can't. I won't sleep if you stay there. So I found a different place, which I actually ended up loving, and I'm gonna stay there again. So little bitty upgrades, whether it's socks and underwear or hotel rooms or trips or whatever, you can always work towards an upgrade, you guys. Okay. Okay. All right. So I thought that today would also be fun. And if you have questions on upgrading, let me know. I thought it would be fun to go through a few of the things that other countries do on the New Year's, because I thought it was hilarious. I just read this online and I was like, this is so funny, because we all have our traditions, but sometimes you need a new tradition, because sometimes that's the upgrade. Sometimes the upgrade is dropping a tradition that you've done that maybe you don't like anymore, or you just do it because you're obligated to do it, or you feel like you should do it. But there is also lots of different things that you can do from around the world. Yes, ma'am. Danny, she knows that about me. She said, it also sounds like you decided to start valuing yourself over money. Amen, sister. Yep, but I think they go hand in hand. And I think that is some of the energy that we're moving into, because 2024 is an 8-year. 8 is about abundance and value and worthiness and wealth and all of that kind of stuff. And it's not just about the money. That's about your value and worth and all of those pieces too. So there's going to be a lot of growth around that value piece this year. I think that's kind of an overall word of the year for a lot of us is value. Okay. Great point, Danny. Thank you. Good to see your face, or your name, because then I see your face. Make yourself a priority is not an option. That's right. That's right. You are worth investing in yourself, you guys. That was really hard for me. I think it's hard for a lot of people. I've done mentoring with Sunny for, I don't even know how long, between groups and private and VIP days and all that stuff. I think it's been 7, 8, 10 years. I don't know. It's a long time. And it's one thing that I just won't give up, because I see the value in what it's done for me. And mentoring for me, it used to be a lifeline, absolutely a lifeline. Then it became now more of just part of my support system. It's just something I do because I know it's good for me, and I'm worth it. And Eli doesn't even make a comment about it. He doesn't think anything of it, because he knows I'm a better wife and a mom and a business owner and all that kind of stuff because of it. So it's okay to invest in yourself, but it doesn't feel comfortable for quite a while if you're not used to that. Okay. Love that word value, right? And people really struggle with that word, value and worthiness. Those are 2 words. Maybe I'll have to do a class on that. Okay. So I wanted to go over some fun stuff too. What are some of the traditions that you guys do on New Year's? What do you do on New Year's Eve? And maybe your tradition's doing nothing. I used to go out and party on New Year's Eve. Yep. Investing in yourself is priceless. Amen. Okay. Tell me about your traditions. What do you do on New Year's Eve? Eli and I, many years ago, we just decided to we didn't like to go out. Like, we're not big going out people. We tend to do, and we just naturally went into it this year. Eli had plans of ice fishing all weekend, and then we got 4 days of rain, so that's not going to work. And I started laughing. I'm like, ha, you need to stay home. And we just naturally, we always go into kind of a cleaning mode and organizing mode. He always does the basement, which I'm glad, because I hate cleaning the basement. I usually do the upstairs, and I clean sheets, and we wash clothes, and we clean our closets, and just clean out the fridge. Like, we just do a lot of that kind of stuff. And then we do a nice meal on New Year's Eve. We used to do steak and crab almost every year. And then the crab got so expensive. We're like, I don't know. Do we really need crab? What else can we have? So we just have a nice meal. It used to be crab though, because that was a big splurge for us. CJ says she lives in Phoenix, so I would love to do a barbecue. See, yesterday we could have done a barbecue. Today it was freezing out. That's when we celebrate Christmas with all the kids and grandkids. I have one of my besties. That's what she gets to do this weekend. She gets to see all her grandbabies. Open a bottle of nice wine and stay home. Absolutely. Make a good meal. Watch TV. Look back over the year and celebrate the things I've done, experienced, learned, walk down memory lane. I like doing that too. I've actually been doing that like all week. I've been going through, I take a lot of pictures, and I take pictures with me and with my family, with my friends. Like I do a lot of pictures. So I've been going through all the photos and I'm like, damn, I had a great year this year. I had so much adventure this year. Chandel's hanging out at home, eating snacks, having a couple drinks. This year it's just me, and I'm putting together a Lego orchid set. You know, my kids love that now. My youngest, his girlfriend and Foster's girlfriend, they love those new Lego stuff. Play games with friends to bring in the laughter. Yep. Snowing now. Yep. We have a little bit of snow coming in. It's more icy though. A vision board. A lot of people do vision boards on New Year's. Yep, either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And tomorrow's got some cool energy. It's that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 energy. And so I'm really glad we're doing some of that burning energy. I think that'll be fun. Movies with the kids, absolutely. So we all have our things that we do on New Year's, right? Appetizers, few drinks and a movie. Yep. Okay, so let me tell you what people do all over the world, because you might want to adopt some of these. And the way they wrote it was super funny. Of course, I didn't write where I got it from. I don't know. I just did a Google search. So in Ecuador, they do scarecrow burning. And I was like, let's read about that. And I love how they wrote it. It's so funny. So to banish any ill fortune or bad things that happened in the past year, Ecuadorians set fire to the scarecrows filled with paper at midnight on New Year's Eve. They also, this is interesting. I thought this would be interesting if you're doing a burning thing. They also burn photographs of things that represent the past year, which leads us to believe that New Year is just a thinly veiled excuse for Ecuadorian pyromaniacs to set things on fire. I thought that was funny. But I thought, doing the photographs, that might be kind of an interesting thing. I would maybe put a twist on if I had photographs that reminded me of a tough time. And not that you take a lot of photographs at that time, but there was a few photographs where I'm like, oh God, I remember that day. Like it was a really shitty day. I don't know why I have that picture, and like I would delete it, but I could see burning it too. That would be interesting too. Round things in the Philippines. In the Philippines, New Year is about one thing, the one thing only, cold, hard cash. Hoping to bring prosperity and wealth for the year ahead. Filipino people try to use as many round things as possible to represent coins and wealth. Round clothes, round food, you name it. If it's round, they want in. Isn't that funny? I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting way to do it. Like the Chinese New Year, one of the things we do is get oranges and we roll them through our front door. And we did that one year on the Chinese New Year's, February 10th this year. We did it. We had an expo in Montana on Chinese New Year. And I was like, Lori, we got to get a whole shit ton of oranges, and we got to have all the vendors roll their oranges in. It was so fun. I'm sure I'll have the video saved, and so I'll post it. But that was something we did on Chinese New Year. But you could do it on New Year's too. Doesn't matter. I like this one too. I've heard this one. Boy, I'm losing my voice. In Denmark, it's all about the broken plates. If you're ever in Denmark and wake up to find a pile of smashed crockery outside your door, it's probably New Year's Eve. Unused plates are saved up all year until the 31st of December, and then they are hurled at the front doors of your friends and family in a strangely vandalistic display of affection. Can you imagine running around town and throwing dishes at your friend's door? I think it would be incredibly fun, but a lot of damage to the doors. But I thought that was pretty funny. I've actually heard, and I don't know where I learned this or where I heard it, and I don't know all of the details, but I remember people taking dishes and smashing them on the streets. So maybe it's somewhat similar, but I remember one year we were smashing dishes on the streets for some reason. This one I have heard too, eating 12 grapes. So that's something that they do in Spain. And I'm actually going to be in Spain in September because I'm going to be walking the Camino with Sunny Don Johnson and a bunch of people. So I thought I might have to go get some grapes and do this one just because I'm going to be in Spain. But as the clock counts down to 12, the people around the world are preparing to watch fireworks and drunkenly kiss each other. Spaniards are staring at bunches of grapes with a steely gaze. This challenge involves stuffing your face with 12 grapes, one for every ring of the bell. Succeed, and you've got good luck for the year ahead. Isn't that funny? So I might make Eli and I do the grapes. Maybe we'll take a video. Maybe I'll do a Hey Eli and see if he can get 12 grapes in his mouth. That would be hilarious. I don't know if he'll play, but maybe. In Peru, an annual Peruvian festival held at the end of December is all about people beating the living daylights out of each other. Can you imagine this? Competitors face off in a ring for a round of bare knuckle brawling, which is overseen by local policemen. Takanuku, I don't know how to say that word. Takanuku literally means when the blood is boiling, but apparently all of the fights are friendly and represent a fresh start for the year. So you just beat the shit out of someone so you feel better, I guess. That's funny. I do like this one too. I think this one's kind of cool. 108 rings in Japan. So think the countdown of 12 rings takes too long. Try 108. In Japan, bells are rang 108 times in a Buddhist tradition that is believed to banish all human sins. It's also good luck to be smiling or laughing going into the new year, but who knows how you can be in a good mood after having to sit through that prolonged ringing. But that would be kind of cool. You know, we're going into an 8-year in numerology. And so if you're into the kind of that Buddhist practice and you're into that Buddhist energy, you need to get a bell and you need to ring it 108 times and then smile as you do it over New Year's. I think that one's doable. And I do love this one too. Colored underwear in South America. In South America, countries such as Mexico, Bolivia, and Brazil, your fortunes for the year ahead are all decided by your underpants. Those who want to find love wear red underwear for the new year. While this one's funny. While gold diggers should opt for yellow, which brings wealth and luck. And if you're just after a bit of peace for the new year, some white panties should do the trick nicely. I thought that was so funny. So if you want love, get your red underwear. And if you're looking for riches, then you want yellow. And if you just want a little peace, then you want white. See, it's always about the underwear, you guys. I just know there's something magical about underwear. All right. The bells would totally change your vibe. Yeah, you could get some really cool. I mean, there's so many different kinds of bells. So I think that one would be cool too. That'd be fun to do at my fall retreat. That might be something fun to do this year. I'm going to have to save that. All right. So tonight and tomorrow morning, Danny, tonight and tomorrow morning, maybe you just do it for an hour. Tonight and tomorrow morning, I want you to do your burn, baby, burn. And don't hold back. You know what, Anne? That's exactly what I thought. I was like, well, can you just wear all three? Like, would that work? Maybe you have to wear a couple pairs of underwear and a bra because that counts as undies. And you can put all three colors on. But I said the same thing in my head. I'm like, can I do all three? I think that'd be funny. So yes. So tonight, tomorrow, before 11:45, so I have time to print them off. Do your burn, baby, burn. I don't care how long it is. I don't need to read it. I just want, if you need a place to be heard and express yourself and get some shit out before the end of the year, email it to me with the subject line that says burn, baby, burn. And then we will do a burning ceremony in my little stove there tomorrow. And we'll do a little fill up afterwards. So we can end on a good note for 2023. And then we can open up the doors for 2024 and bring in some of that beautiful new energy. And it's already, to me, I can feel a lot more of the lightness coming in for 2024. A lot of my clients are starting to feel it as well. If you feel heavy, emotional, pissed off, irritated, all that junk, put it on an email and send it to me, and we're going to burn it tomorrow. Okay. 12 o'clock Central It's our last day of the 31 Days of Spirit. I have loved doing this. It's been so fun. I had so many comments on how this has been helpful for people. It's reminded people to get back into their spiritual practice. It's reminded people it's nice to have a community. It's nice to show up for yourself. Like, I've gotten lots and lots of notes back, so I appreciate that. I love that. It's always good for me to do because it helps me stay present. It helps me get excited for the new year. We've had a lot of feedback that helped us create some new tools for Spirit School. So I'm really excited for the facelift that Spirit School has had. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for the new year. I'm excited to see where y'all go with me. And we have a lot of fun planned for you guys. Okay. And I'm going to try to keep things simple this year. So we're focused and simple. That's one of my words for the year. Yeah, I'm totally happy. I'll burn anytime, you guys. I think that's super fun. And if you're in Spirit School, I will be announcing that soon, but we have a fun little burn thing that we're going to do consistently for my Spirit School people. Okay. All right, my friends. So I know they've been fun for me, but you know what? You're still going to see me. I'm going to be coming on and talking a ton about Spirit School and all those kinds of different things. We have some classes coming up for the public. I'm just trying to decide where I want to go first with some of the public stuff. So I'll let you guys know. Group mentoring, we're going to be talking about that in the next few days. So you'll still see me, I promise. I promise, because I've got back into my groove of doing my lives, so which has been helpful for me too. So I appreciate all of you showing up every day. All right, you guys, have a great day. I got to go back and clean with Eli because he's ready for me to do that, and he's in the window kind of waving at me. So I got to go to work. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Get your journaling done. Send it to me. We're going to burn it tomorrow and do a little ceremony. Okay? All right, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.